Eminence Front X5 update. Okay, so you're looking at two mountains. There's one in the background, the tallest one, and then there's two smaller ones. This small one here and then the little one here. I drew a little diagram of that to better explain what's going on, because when they're sitting in front of each other, they kind of blend in and it looks like one big mountain. There's several. This larger one in the background goes on for, I don't know, 20, 30 miles, both north and south. But this is the area that I was investigating, the smaller little mountain. So I walked out from the dry lake bed, went to the mine claim post, did some video there, went out to an open vertical mine pit, and then I walked over to what I'm calling the Ghost Mine Camp. Very interesting. Now this red line going through is an old railroad trestle. There's no metal rails out there anymore, but there are definitely the wooden, I don't know what you call them, the little timbers that they use to hold both tracks together. So that's out there. I'll show you that in the video. You can see that in the aerial videos a lot better. There's also a little road out here. And my battery died right about here. So this video was shot in 3 different parts. There's an aerial part where we flew out, over, and then back, and then through. I then walked almost that same path, and my battery died here. I then drove out to finish the videoing and camped here, and then drove out to here to the Ghost Mine Camp. Did a lot of videotaping out there. Both the intro and exit time-lapse are shot from this area, looking out this direction. Yeah, then I did video out at the cabin and drove out and back home. So that's what this is all about. I had a great time doing this. It all started with the pilots coming over from the paragliders, and just through a simple chat, they offered me a ride out there to show me some abandoned places which I've been searching for, as I explained to them. So that's what this video is about. Thank you, X5. Thank you, little mountains out there. And that's the update for now. Oh, God, that's close. So I'm on a trike, the trike paraglider, powered paraglider. One-way communication. The pilot could communicate with me, although I couldn't communicate with him. I could tap him on the shoulder with an agreement or a thumbs up. Okay. He's about to buzz his camp. Let the other trike paraglider know that the wind conditions are good. You'll see him give him the thumbs up. There's about 5 paragliders here at the snow camp. Bunch of nice retired old men just hanging out, drinking beer, flying around. You do not need a pilot's license to fly these. You need about 3 to 7 grand, depending on if you want a trailer or not. You need to be up and flying. I think it takes about a week to learn how to fly one of these. From the looks of it, I think I could jump right on in. Okay, here's a vertical mine shaft, or a searcher shaft of some sort, in the middle of the desert. I don't think I could ever get there, but someone has. Pointing out some roads or paths. I think they might be actual, what do you call them, horse-drawn carriage paths. They're here and there. But that's the hill we're going to. Right in the sun. Without this paraglide trip, I would not be able to go on the hike I'm documenting in this in this video. Fast forward a little bit over to the vertical mine shaft that is a little bit better documented in this video. I'll point that out. We're coming up on the railroad trestle. It's elevated trestle, basically, that railroad tracks used to sit on. You can now drive on it. There's no metal. There's no metal out there, but there is, here and there are the ties, the wooden ties. There's the trestle. You can see the shadows casting. And that's the Ghost Miners camp right next to it. He's pointing towards the cabin, which you can make out here in a second. We'll fast forward through and do a flyover. There's the Ghost Miner camp again. The valley between that hill on the right in the center there's a road through that leads all the way up to this cabin. And there's tons of mines out here. Mine claim. Now what I think they did was they inserted their license or their claim inside this little metal piece, and well, it's theirs, I guess. It's mine. We're going to be walking up to that little black hole up there on the side of the hill, looking back at the mine claim. So this is that hole. Not much. And I wouldn't even sit in it with these rocks like that, but it seems to be like a patio. Sit here and survey. But I do not think this was a mine. It might have been a searcher mine, but pointing out the claim marker.
Yeah, I was just down there. Filming that little camp. There's some debris right up in this area.
I'm pointing out where there's more debris that I could actually see. Okay, so I came across this little, of course, man-made, or obviously man-made deposit coming from this hillside. So I just checked it out. It's pretty cool. I just want to give you guys a view of what I saw coming up on it. Yeah, check this out. A lot of deposit here, but it only goes in a little ways. So I went back there, and I would say it only goes back 15, 20 maybe. Something's been living there. But that's it right there. I'm not going in there. Hell no. So there also looks to be a trail. Very faint, but looks to be a trail kind of going up along the side through this little saddle. I'll go check that out. But we're getting closer to this little ravine area. I was just pointing out a trail that runs alongside this hill. But there's definitely some debris down there. That we're going to walk up to the saddle. A lot more debris. But I'm assuming these trails were made by the miners. I couldn't imagine people making these trails in modern day. There's just not enough traffic. But back in the day, 1830s-ish, these trails were carved. Strange place for a cactus to claim home on top of a bunch of rocks, but it seems to be doing well. Just got some rain. Looks like it's about to bloom. That's where we were. The deposit sits right in the center there. We walked up the side and we're going up to this saddle.
Okay, we're coming up to that saddle for the first time. I haven't been up here yet, so this is a we'll find it together kind of view. Whoa. There's quite a bit of stuff back here. There's a campsite right down here. There's some wood and a lot of stacked rock. A lot of debris. Man-made debris. The saddle is not much, but interesting view. So the hillside runs down into the valley there. So I'll probably go up here and check it out. This is the crest of this little mound. Wow, that mine is way up there. Can you see it? I don't know. There's a little black hole in the side of that hill there. Trying to make it up there. That's a bit of a climb. Exciting. Now over this, around this little mound here, around and ducking behind this hill I'm on is a lot more debris. But I'm surprised to see a little campsite back here. Makes sense though, it's really sheltered from the wind.
This is down in that campsite. A lot of debris. A lot of cans. We're talking thousands upon thousands upon thousands of cans down here. Everywhere you look, there's cans. Down here by the bush, everywhere, all the way down this ravine. All the way down. Really old debris.
Stacking of rocks. First I thought it was like a grave or something, but kind of grim. It looks like it was more of a shelter for a fire. Excuse my shadow. But it looks like they would, it's kind of walled off on the back side here. I guess wind was coming in from this side. But they sheltered it, and they probably had a fire going. And there's bits of charcoal in there. Yeah, it looks like a campsite of some sort. Goodness. Look at that spring. What could this be off of, guys? Look at that. Some seat.
Not only are there cans, there's a ton of spent bullet casings everywhere. Someone's very gun happy. Especially this area. This area had so many bullet casings. It was almost like 1-to-1 ratio with rocks. Anyway. Some kind of baby chair here. Can you imagine having a kid all the way out here? Raising a kid? Amazing. This appears to be some kind of burnt down structure. Not sure what the cable is for, but there was like a headboard, windows. Looks like there was like a sink bottom. It looked like something was standing here and it burnt down. Kind of right where it lays. Just everywhere. Lizard.
Looks a little man-made up here. It looks like a little man-made barrier of rock. Then we have all this timber down here. Now, if you look up on this hillside up here, you'll see the hole. That's that line. I think they had a cable running up there down to here, and they were running the ore down here, and then carting it off to. There's a railroad trestle left over that I'm hopefully going to see today that runs between this mountain here and the other side. There's a little valley. I'm going to walk through that. That's coming up. I'm going to walk out this way, look at some more debris, and continue around this mountain and through a valley. But I want to see if I can get up there though. Maybe not today. Hopefully today. But if I don't see an obvious route, I will come back out here probably tomorrow. Yeah, that looks sort of man-made, doesn't it? In the middle of nowhere. Let's go check it out. After that, we'll be traveling back around this area here. We're going to cut through a little valley right through here. And from the paraglider, powered paraglider trip, there is some kind of cabin out there. It's a little further up, I think, but we'll see if we can try and get to that as well today. And that would lead us, that would be the start of our trip back around this mountain here and then back to our camp. I'm about 3 hours in now. I'm having a blast. This place is absolutely amazing. As you can see, I'm in a wash area right now. You can see all this, the rocks kind of strewn about, but it's mostly like a sand. It's like I'm on a beach. We're at the vertical mine shaft. Really bad audio out here, so I'm going to do the voiceover on it. You're looking at the debris of this open mine shaft. I'm pointing at the foundation of what I think used to be a winch that would pull a cable up out of the mine shaft. That thing's deep. It's deep. If you rock down it, not interested in going anywhere closer than I am right here. Just scared to death of falling down one of those things. So let's walk down to the foundation. Oh, but check out how pristine all these artifacts are. These are very old. Anyway, closely you can see it had rained the night before or the previous 2 nights. But yeah, it's beautiful out here. I love seeing this old stuff just left for us to discover from the gold rush days. Here's the foundation. A ton of concrete out here in the middle of the desert. How did they do this? Some kind of machine was sitting on this that would pull a cable up and down that shaft. A lot of engineering went into this. This is actually very well built. The stone walls on the
facing side there as well as the other side to the left. Well built. Look at the left hand cornerstone here coming up. Hint, hint. Were masons involved with this? Probably. How they separated the different colored rocks. Well planned. I would love to know who was mining this and what their background were.
Okay, so I've just come from this
Vertical
mine
mine shaft is right
and I've
there.
come along this this trail. You can kind of see my
We're walking towards the ghost mine site, but I ran across this mine. They're just everywhere. You just stumble across it. You turn around and boom, there's a mine. Here's the ghost mine site. There is debris everywhere. There's glass everywhere. And fire pits as well as foundations of larger cabins. I'm looking at one there. We're going to walk over to it. Now this is the second trip out to this area. The audio is a little bit better. I drove the X5 out after my battery died on the phone. So I finished that trip and came back out with the X5 to speed things up. But I went right to this ghost camp to get some of this footage. See the foundation or the walls? Now the inside of these walls were straight. It's hard to explain what I'm saying, but if you could take the flat part of the rock, the flat part would be facing towards the inside of the room to make it look like a smooth wall. Would have loved to have seen this thing fully built. It's like a full-size home here. Here's another mine claim in the ghost mine site. This one has a mason jar lid attached to a piece of wood. You would just screw on the jar and I guess the mine claim would be inside there. Now I'm walking up towards one of the mines from the ghost mine camp. Now again, my battery had died the day before, but I had walked through here already, so I've kind of done the scouting on this already. Again, we're still walking further up into this valley. There's a mine right there. Let's keep going. Same path, further up. But as I was walking up, I did see more debris, mine debris. Keep following the path straight forward. Mine's off to the left. If we walk down the side here, we'll come back around to this mine that has some interesting stuff. Let's go check it out. Some mining debris. You can see the X5 just over here in the horizon. That's the path we walked up right here. And I just climbed up here to take some shots of this guy. It's like some kind of dump sled where they dropped the ore, and maybe that's where they were collecting it. Yeah, there's evidence of mining activity all over the place. If you look right up here, you can see some timber kind of bracing up there. For what, I don't know, but yeah, there was some activity there. They were doing something. They were searching for some type of ore through there, bringing it down, and that's probably what that chute is all about. Anywho, onwards. Well, there's debris down in through here. in this gully. This is further down that gully there. There's a fridge that's kind of bricked in or stoned in. It's kind of into the hillside there, part of the path. Looks like that's part of where they were dumping a lot of the ore. Coming out of some of these mines. Anyway, let's go check it out. Like everything is closed. Encourage people to come down here and open it up. Yeah, come on down till the price is right. The wind actually helped me get up the hill. See a little path we just walked up right there. Anyway, here's the cabin, or mine, with a campsite on the outside.
I really like this campsite. It has a fireplace right out front, in front of a mine. Love to camp here sometime. There's a little oven at the top too. Totally cool.
They were looking for something. So there's mines all over this little valley. Even all the way up towards the top there, you can see where they're digging. All kinds of things we can explore through here.
We're at the very top of where I thought they were cabling from a mine down towards the bottom here. I explained that earlier, but we're actually above that mine, looking down. I'm trying to look over to the left, getting close to the edge of this cliff, looking for this mine that I thought was here. Or I'm standing right above it, is what I was thinking. And I'm about to point it out here on the hillside. So look off to the left, just below the edge of the cliff here.
And I can see a path right there. So somehow you can get around another way. I just happen to be straight up at the top. Amazing. There's some debris down in this area. That's the area I walked through. I actually walked from way out there all the way across, up and in, around this this first little mound, up and over that little saddle, and back through this way and over and across. And I made my way around, walking all the way around this hill, back around this way, and of course that's where the Eminence X5 is. Eminence X5 is parked right now. But yeah, I'm at the top of this little summit, just taking in the view. If you look at the side of this hill here, you'll see there's a ton of holes. Looks like they're exploratory mines or some kind of beginning of a mine. I'm not quite sure what you would call that. But yeah, amazing.
Searcher mine?
Amazing hike. Beautiful view. tucked over yonder. And I must make out the dry lake bed. It's kind of in the shadows now, but yeah. The far left of the screen, that tan area, that is part of the northern part of the dry lake bed that I usually dry camp at. Last night I dry camped over here on the other side of this little mountain in an old campsite. And now I'm on top of a mountain which has a whole bunch of holes in it because people are mining it. Exploratory mining. Now for something completely different. See outside? The ghost cabin. Looking at the east side of it. East side? East side of the building. Desert debris. I believe Wonder Hussey calls this detritus. Desert detritus. This was on fire at one point. That's how it got so rusty. The back side. Kind of patchwork together. The north. This is the north side. Interesting, there's some pathways. The west side of the building. Very nicely constructed, by the way. Wouldn't look like it, but it's very sturdy, this whole building. Well, probably why it's still here. The frame within a frame. Window frame and a, looks like a trailer frame. What's SUV? Oh wait, this one. If it doesn't have a bullet hole in it, it didn't come from the desert. That's looking towards the direction of the Ghost Mine Camp and those little hills right there. It's kind of a mountain. I did not set this shot up. Everything that you're seeing is as I found it. Nor did I take anything or move anything. And if I did move something, I'd put it back in the same spot. Jordan Lightfoot, Summertime Dream. Rock, Los Locos del Ritmo? Ritmo? I don't know how to pronounce that. There's another part to this building that I did not get on video. Well, I did, but the camera decided not to save the video. But there's a kitchen. A separate room and a kitchen. See, there's a doorway to it right there. Okay. I didn't get it in this video, but I guarantee you it is there. I'm taking note of these paintings. Palm trees. Painted.
as well. A small one. It's like an oil can. There's one up here.
Do you notice the
Look,
rocks
these are
too?
paintings on canvas, stapled to the plywood.
Somebody was studying the rocks, the geology. Very little graffiti.
Spring 2015, Greek Chico State.
It looks like it all kind of stopped around 2015.
Content prevails.
But yeah,
Content prevails.
I could wander around this little cabin for a full day.
2015 is the last it looks like someone was here writing graffiti on the wall. Interesting place.
A fenced-in yard. Really nicely done. And that's the way back out. Hope you enjoyed, everyone. Comments, please, or leave some information where I should go next. Eminence Front X5 update.